Kim, I'ma get them niggas. Kim, I'ma get them niggas. Kim, I'ma get them niggas. Hey y'all, I'ma get them niggas. And I'm coming. Hello, 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 hello. If you can hear me, put a 1 in the chat. Welcome, 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 welcome. I agree. I agree. I agree. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Good, 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 good. So here I am, and I'm ready to talk and tell you what I think about everything and what I'm going to do going forward. Hey, it's been an interesting weekend. I had planned to do this show yesterday, but as most of you know, yesterday afternoon around 1:30 Central Standard Time, my mother passed away. So I just didn't feel up to doing the show yesterday. I took the day off work and made my mother's final arrangements, and the funeral is next Wednesday. Back home, and gonna lay my mom to rest. My parents were married 64 and a half years, and only my father's death took them apart. So they're together again, and they're together forever now. And thank you for all your condolences, your well wishes, your cash apps, your texts, your inboxes, everything, your thoughts, your prayers, your words of encouragement. I appreciate all of it. Quite frankly, it's what's keeping my spirits up right now. If you haven't done so already, please click like and share. And yeah, we're going to be fine. We're going to be fine. You know, my mother's with God. She raised us, and my dad raised us to believe in God. So I know where they are, and I know who they're with. So that comforts me. So anything you might hear somebody saying, yeah, Toya, we're going to talk about that in a minute. But anything you hear about somebody practicing witchcraft and praying for my mother's death, or like they prayed for my father's death, just ignore that foolishness, because my mama was 86 years old. My dad was 87 when he died. They lived a full life. 87-year-old man, 86-year-old lady, 64 and a half years of marriage, 3 adult children, all productive citizens, 6 grandsons, and 3 great-granddaughters. They had a full life. And they're with the Lord now forever. And I'm at peace with that. Thank you. Thank y'all. Appreciate that. So I'm okay. I really am. I shed my tears for a minute, but when you tell your parents how much you love them and how much they mean to you before they get sick, or before you get sick, or before a tragedy happens, so when it does happen, you're okay. And I'm all right. I'm all right. Yeah, I'm gonna miss them, but I know I'll see them again. So because of my faith, and my faith is what's gonna get me through this. I'm actually handling this a lot better than I thought it was, because I'm a big time mama's boy. Y'all know me, I'm a mama's boy. So, but no more sickness, no more sadness, no more worrying, no more pain, nothing. She's just at peace. My brother was feeding my mother, and she took her last breath. She just went with God, just like that. And that was always my prayer, because my dad was hooked up to all those tubes and everything right before he died. And I was like, he didn't deserve that. You know, my mom, I always prayed. I said, I just wanted her either to go to sleep, and when she opened her eyes again, she's on the other side, or either just sitting up like she did. My brother was feeding her. She stopped eating, and then she just took one breath, and that was it. And she went to be with my daddy again. Praise God. She's a believer, so I know where she is, and I'm a believer, so I know where she is, and we're okay. We're gonna be all right. We're gonna lean on each other. We're gonna get through this. Uh, everybody. We're not gonna live forever. Everybody's gonna die one day, And if they live to be 1,000, it's still gonna be too soon. And it is what it is. It's my turn now, and I I did both my parents' obituaries. I finished my mom's this morning, started on it last night, and I just went to sleep. And I said, you know what, I'll get up in the morning and do it. I finished it, made her funeral arrangements, and she's going to be buried with my father for eternity. And she was surrounded by her loved ones. She died on her terms, in her house, in her room, in her bed. So to God be the glory. And on the back of her obituary, Proverbs 31, a virtuous woman. And that's what she was. And I thank God she was my mother. Yep. And I had a real example of what a real man was in my life, too. That's why you don't see me out here on social media looking crazy and committing crimes and doing all this other stuff, because I was raised right. Which brings me to what I'm here to talk about tonight. I had planned to just do a whole series starting yesterday, but because my mother passed, I'm going to have to push it back just a little bit. But you're going to get 3 to 4 episodes out of me about the Tasha K situation, because a lot of people that are over here are new to me, and you just find out who I am and the backstory to all this stuff that's going on. But so that you know, 2 years ago, I interviewed the 3 accusers, not just Levantre. Levantre was the first accuser. I interviewed the 3 accusers. So the text message between Levantre and you know who, I'm gonna say his name in 3 to 4 part series I'm gonna do, because I've come to realize no matter what I do, he's gonna continue to lie. And he has gone back into court claiming that I'm not honoring the mediation agreement. He won't sue Levantre. He won't sue Tasha K. He won't sue anybody else. He keeps coming after me. So since he won't leave me alone, I'm going to do a video series, and I'm going to make sure that the judge gets the link every time I do a show, because it's stuff the judge doesn't know that I'm going to make sure he knows, because you're going to be watching and the judge going to be watching. The attorney for the other person is going to be watching too. And I'm going to give everybody the backstory of this entire situation. So no more Mr. Nice Guy. The reason being, my father was a Vietnam veteran, and did 3 tours in Vietnam. And he always explained to me, he said, the United States has one of the best militaries in the world, but they got their butts kicked in Vietnam because the people they were fighting guerrilla warfare, when the United States was fighting conventional warfare. And guerrilla warfare means you take it to your enemy anywhere you see them, anytime, day or night. And they would walk into the middle of a crowd, pull a hand grenade, throw a bomb, sneak attack. And that's how they won. They would dig tunnels underneath the ground. You on the up above ground looking for them, and they're underneath you. Then next thing you know, when it gets dark, they come out and they just kill all of it. Those, you're right, Lynn. Thank you for saying that. Those text messages between Levantre and the accused, I had them 2 years ago. He sent them to me, and I'm gonna give you the exact date. It was March 25th, 2021. I was investigating the accused, and let's see if I can. I'm gonna read the exact text message. What's up, King? This is March 25th, 2021 at 3:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I got this text message from Levantre Andrews. It says, what's up, King? Someone sent me one of your videos, and I just finished watching the entire 2 hours and 37 minutes of it. I've known these effing clowns since I was 14 years old. I severed ties in early 2016. I can shine light and bring clarity on so many things, fam. I was around everything. I know all about Shamako, Kendall, Buddha Hill, Latrice, Lisa, and Jennifer Brown. All of them. Jennifer Brown is the lady that the accused was engaged to. You know, that preacher from the UK, that lady. He knows about all of these people. He sent that to me March 25th, 2021 at 3:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also that same day, I got the famous text messages that everybody, that Tasha K was playing the same day. I've been having them in my phone. I've had them in my phone since then. And you can see it scrolling up, the ones that she read live on her show. I had them. I even played them on my show. Nobody was believing me then. Nobody was listening other than the people over here. Y'all please click like and share. I've had these in my possession for 2 years. Played them on my show. Shared the screenshots. Nobody, insignificant vlogger, small platform. Nobody really listening. But the one person that got scared was listening because I released that and those 3 interviews that came the following 30, 45 days after I got this. From March till mid-April, when I interviewed those 3 accusers, and I had this, and I played that on my screen, on my show, on top of the 3 accusers interviews, that's when I got sued. He was listening because he knew I was on to him. And then he panicked when I found Java Stubbs, who's now in California, and mysteriously got a job making 6 figures when he was living in Atlanta before that in a call center and a customer service job. But now he has a 6-figure job in California, living in Beverly Hills. Because when he realized that I had found that person, they moved him out there. And then the person up in the DC area, the photographer, when he realized I found that person, and I knew his name, and I knew his wife, and I knew his health status, then I became a problem. I was a threat to the bag, and I had to be stopped at all costs. So that's when I got a frivolous lawsuit filed against me. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go deep though in the series. You're gonna get all the backstory, and I'm gonna name names because this person is not gonna stop bothering me. So I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't. If I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna go out with guns ablazing. I'm gonna name everybody's name. I'm gonna be like the person when you turn the lights on, the rats and roaches scatter. I'm gonna make rats and roaches scatter. I'm gonna name names, and all of your money. You can't throw money on this because this story has gone viral now. This is beyond me now. This is beyond me now. Everybody knows your name. You are infamous. And what I'm also gonna do when I'm talking to you directly, sir, because I'm gonna name your name and I'm gonna be pointing at the screen just like I'm doing now at you. And the judge, you ain't got to worry about telling the judge because I'm gonna call him and let him know to watch because the stuff that he don't know about, he's gonna know about now. Because I never got to give him this information because you asked for a mediation. You asked for that mediation. The reason, ladies and gentlemen, the mediation was requested by him and not me was because there's a part of the civil lawsuit process called discovery. That's why both sides sit down and tell the other side what things they plan to bring into court. And on my side, I was going to subpoena all 3 of the accusers, the plaintiff's medical records from Raleigh, North Carolina, because one of the three accusers accused him of giving him HIV. And I was going to subpoena those records from the health department in Raleigh, North Carolina, because they have it on file where they tried to call him, mailed him a letter, and they went by his house, and he fled the state of North Carolina and he moved to Georgia. I was going to have those records subpoenaed because as a defendant in a civil case of this magnitude, I had a right to give myself a vigorous defense. I was going to do that. I was going to subpoena his parents to explain why they kicked him out as a teenager, what they caught him doing in the act of doing. And they were going to have to testify under oath as to what they saw him doing and with who. And if they lied on the oath, they were going to be charged with perjury. That's number 3. And I was going to subpoena his siblings because they got stories to tell too. And if they lie on the oath, they were going to go to jail for perjury. I was going to subpoena people in his community. I was going to subpoena one of his high school lovers who now lives in Greensboro, North Carolina. I was going to subpoena everybody in that house. The closeted gay tutor who has a twin brother who's a out in the open gay person. The gay cousin that was married to Shamako's son. Everybody's going to get subpoenaed. So he couldn't have that. So when he realized, he looked on that sheet, this is not what he wasn't going to never admit to this publicly because I had him by he knew it. Because he couldn't have me going to open court with all those people on my witness list and them going on that stand because they were going to have to tell the truth. And the audio that I got from the Jimmy Battles interview, you're going to hear the Jimmy Battles tapes. This is where this whole Levante thing got leaked. That's when I got hip to the whole accuser situation, because in those tapes, when he was talking to Jimmy Battles, he said, hey, he was telling him that, well, this is how I deal with all my accusers. And remember I played that little clip of him saying that? And when he realized oops, I said that. And I had, and I said, well, who are his accusers? And I just kept going. And when I played that, and when I played the Jimmy Battles interview, that's when Levante Andrews contacted me, March 25th, 3:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yes, Fab 540. Shamako's ex-wife is this person's cousin. The cousin who was married to Shamako is a lesbian. And the person that sued me, his ex-wife is a lesbian. Yes. Yes, Fab 540. Yes. Yes. So y'all don't have to worry about going back to the judge and doing it. I'm going to have the judge watching me because I'm going to tell everything. See, it's stuff that the judge never knew because we never got to enter it into evidence because you hurried up and asked for a mediation, but you're not going to tell that to the people out here because you don't want to admit the truth. But I'm going to help you get salvation in the next couple of days. We're going to get you on the road to redemption. See, Tasha K, I planted the seed. The plant grew. Tasha K took the plant and ran with it to her larger platform, 1.3 million on YouTube, thousands more on her other platforms. Ain't gonna be no more lying. Because see, I'm not gonna tell y'all when I'm coming back. I'm gonna be on Wednesday or Thursday, but I'm not gonna tell you the exact time because as you can tell right now, parking lot thought started at 7 o'clock. Whenever he sees me coming on, he comes on at the same time to do damage control because that's what he's paid to do. So we're going to do a sneak attack. I'm not going to announce until the last minute. Just be looking. Make sure you got your alert set so that you can know when I'm actually coming on because I'm going to wait to the very last minute and then I'm going to go live and I'm going to drop everything. I'm naming names. I'm playing audio where names are mentioned and I'm going to name names. He's not going to stop lying on me. So If he's gonna take me to court, he gonna have a reason to take me to court, because I'm gonna tell everything so that judge, Judge James S. Gwynn, can know once and for all what a lying sack of shit he is. And the copy of this show this series I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make sure it's gonna even be better than that, because in those shows that I'm gonna do, see, you get people like this joker in his pocket. He loves money. Money is his god. I can't tell you what to do, but I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna contact the producers of the show, Kingdom. Is it Kingdom Business? Whatever the name of that show is. I'm gonna contact those producers and all the executive producers and the big money people that finance that show. And I'm gonna ask one question. You are a faith-based show. Why do you have a member of your cast that is accused of this? And then I'm going to play this stuff for them. I'm going to send them a link. Why do you have a member of a faith-based show as a member of your cast that's accused of this by 3 people? Why? And follow-up question. They're also being sued for slander and defamation of character for in the tune of $20 million by this person. So you got a person that's being sued for lying on someone on your cast for $20 million, and they've also been accused. Boom. And I'm gonna send them that link to that story that discusses both of them. And I'm gonna faith-based show. I know. That's what they're doing. That's why I'm gonna sneak attack. That's what I'm gonna do. Sneak attack. Sneak attack. I'm not, because that's his tactic. If I come on at 7, he coming on at 7, because he doesn't want any of his people to come over here and look. But they still come over here and look anyway, because then they go back to, well, some of them say FUPA. FUPA said this, FUPA. Yeah, we over here FUPA. FUPA Nation, baby. Hashtag FUPA Nation. Yeah. But what I'm going to do from now on, see, I've been dealing with y'all the wrong way. See, that Michelle Obama statement, they go low, you go high. No, you go low. I'm going to go to the depths of the earth on you. I'm going to get you where you live. See, that's why Bishop Whitehead got you shook, because he a street dude. And see, you was up on the sidewalk throwing rocks and cracking jokes. He took you out into the middle of the street. You don't know how to street. You ain't got no street smarts. He took you out in the hood. He took you off on the block. See, you was in the grass in the yard. He took you out on the block, and you didn't know how to deal with that. I'm a street dude too, but see, I was trying to do things the nice, goody two-shoe type way. No, people like you don't have morals. You don't have ethics. You don't have a code of honor. So I was fighting conventional warfare, and you was attacking me with guerrilla warfare. You like, well, I ain't said nothing about Daryl Moore. But in the meantime, everybody that you had paid, your bought friends, they was attacking me on every side. Putting pictures of my house on the internet, contacting my kids, harassing my family, my elderly mother who's now deceased, got people calling her and recording her without her permission. All of that happened. But see, when it all came down, your hands was clean because you hadn't done anything, but everybody that worked for you was out here attacking me. You was fighting guerrilla warfare, and I was fighting conventional. And that's why I was agitated a lot. I would laugh most of the time at the stuff you said, but the things you were doing were wrong. And you know you were wrong. But y'all church folk, so religious over there. But it wasn't the street people that was doing it to me. It was you churchy people. You so-called blood washed, paper Bible saved, Bible thumping, Bible quoting Christians were the ones that were out here attacking me at every turn. And then you had a person that was a flaming homosexual as your PR person, a flaming hot Cheeto homosexual in drag was your PR person, your right-hand man, your boo thing, attacking me and making lies up on me to the point where I had to get a civil stalking protection order against him. That's good for 3 years. He can't speak my name, do nothing about me for 3 years. And he violated that. And I pressed charges. Stay tuned. So this is what we're going to do from now on. Excuse me. I got a civil stalking protection order against Conscious TV and Knockout Media. Got it last summer, and it's good until the summer, July 2025, 3 years. They can't bother me. They can't make any social media content about me. They can't contact me or anybody attached to me for 3 years. And Conscious TV is an employee of Larry Reid. We have proof of that. The mediation said that I can't bother him or any of his family or employees, and neither can he. I don't have any employees, but he still can't bother me or my family. They violated that. And we're going to talk about that in the four-part series, depending on how I feel. We're going to talk about that. And I'm going to put the stuff up on the screen because I don't deal in gossip over here. I deal in stuff I can put up on the screen, screenshot, links, all that, because the judge needs to see that. And since they don't want to abide by the mediation, why the hell should I be held bound by it? But every time he gets his feelings, because he views me as low-hanging fruit, he wants to drag me into court. Won't sue Levontre Andrews. Levontre Andrews is the one that said you was performing sexual acts on him. Levontre Andrews is the one that said you molested him. Levontre Andrews is the one that, in that text that I had from March 25th, 2021, that said where he confronted you about the molestation. The same text that Tasha K played, but you have yet to sue Tasha K, and she played the same text messages or the same Facebook messages that I had for 2 years. I had them 2 years ago. Put them up on the screen. You sued me, but you ain't sued Tasha K or Levontre. Why? Because you know if you go into court with them, they're going to subpoena the exact same stuff that I just mentioned. Your medical records. They're going to subpoena those 3 accusers, the other 2 accusers besides Levontre. They're going to play all the stuff that you've been saying on the internet. They're going to enter that into evidence in court. And you know you can't have that. Not to mention you got a $20 million lawsuit over your head. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I'm not, everybody's going to know. Since you want to be popular, everybody's going to know the real you. The stuff that you tried to keep out of the court with me. So you asked for a mediation. But you tell them, oh, I won that case. You didn't win nothing. My daddy was dying. I was running low on money. My kids was in school. I didn't feel like fighting it no more. And after talking to the 3 accusers, the only thing they wanted at that time was to have their voices heard. And they would have just walked away. But you kept having your boy Puss in Boots out here attacking them. So Levontre said, well, you know what? He ain't going to go away. Thank you. Thank you, Kim. Thank you. Since you ain't going to leave me alone, I'm going to go find somebody else to talk to about it. That's when Bishop Whitehead interviewed Levontre. And then from there, Tasha K got it. So this is what I'm going to do, sir. The next time you put my name on any court document, and I know you don't, you're going to do it just to see if I'm going to flinch. And I'm not going to flinch no more because I ain't got nothing to lose. I ain't got nothing to lose. Exactly. That video is supposed to be down because according to my civil stalking protection order, that is a violation of it. That's stalking. But we're going to talk about another stalking issue in the coming weeks because I had to file a police report Saturday. And I'll talk to you about that in the series, dealing with them people over there. I had to file a police report Saturday because it seemed somebody wanted to break the law. Not state law. They broke a federal law. Yeah, it's going to get real interesting real soon. Y'all just stay tuned. Offline. Okay, send me the link so I can go on and I need to have that. So when I go back down to the clerk of court, I can deal with that offline. So back to you, sir. The next time you put my name on a contempt of court or anything, this is what I'm gonna do for you. Starting when I do this series, because not only am I gonna be talking to you directly, I'm gonna be calling you by your name because you want everybody to know your name. So I'm gonna call you by your name. You ain't gonna stop lying, no way. So what the hell? Why am I sitting there worried about a mediation and all that? You're just gonna keep lying and filing false motions anyway. Every time your feelings get hurt, you won't sue nobody else, but you'll try to sue me. So what I'm gonna do the shows. I'm gonna contact the executive producers and the producers of the show that you own, and I'm gonna contact. See, guys like me, you don't know about my world, so I'm gonna bring you into it. I'm a college-educated man. I say that all the time. It don't click for you. Somebody over there can fill you in. There are people that you think are around you that don't like you, but they play like they do because they rely on you for money. One of them's gonna get mad at you one day, and they're gonna tell everything they know, and I'm gonna have them right here on this show. I'm gonna have them right here on this show. Your ex-wife has already moved out your house and got her own apartment. Thought I didn't know that, did you? Got her own crib now. She getting out from under your thumb and under your oppressive rule and mind control. Yeah, she got her own apartment. I'm so happy for her. I'm proud of her. She finally doing things on her own. Y'all please click like and share. Yeah, I'm not going to be nice anymore. This is what I'm going to do. You mess with me again. You lie on me again. But you've already started, so I'm going to finish it. As a college graduate, I have friends that work for interesting organizations. I have college classmates, fraternity brothers, Masonic brothers, people of influence. I'm 53 years old. I've been around a while. I know people. Years ago, before any of y'all knew who I was a struggling stand-up comedian. And I did a story in a magazine called Rolling Out Magazine. And I was proud. I thought, I got an interview in the magazine. And it's a nationally syndicated newspaper. So, and then I did an interview that same week with a local newspaper back home in Alabama, the Montgomery Advertiser. But when you do an interview in a newspaper, they're linked around the nation with the Associated Press. So like here in Cleveland, one of the Cleveland newspapers might do an interview and the Associated Press will pick it up. And next thing you know, the LA Times, the New York Post or whatever, and all the newspapers around the country might pick your story up and it go viral. That's what happened to me. Montgomery did a story about me, homeless guy doing comedy, lost his child, blah, blah, blah. A good feel-good story. Associated Press picked it up. Next thing I know, my classmates is hitting me up on my phone and on Facebook. Hey, man, I just read about you in my local newspaper. Congratulations. Da, da, da. I didn't even know the Associated Press had picked my story up. Reason being that my story went viral, a couple of my classmates who are now journalists work for the Associated Press. They looked at and saw, hey, Tuskegee graduate. Oh, I went to school with Tuskegee. Oh, I know that guy. He was my classmate. So they put my story out. So they got in contact with me. So what's going to happen now? You mess with me, I'm going to take everything I got. Hold on. I'm going to take everything I got that's in these little folders. I got about 10 of them down here. And I scanned everything and put it on my hard drive. Got a copy of my hard drive in case something would happen, like a piano falling out the sky, land on top of me, or something happened to me. Stored away. I got copies stored away in safe places. So if something were to happen to me, that information would get in the right hands. So that's what's going to happen. I'm going to put it in the hands of the media. You bother me again, Oh, it's too late anyway. Hell, I'm gonna still do it. But since you keep lying on me to the judge, and when I do this mini series about you, and I'm gonna give everybody that don't know me, that's new to me over here, I'm gonna give them the backstory of how I even got started looking into your background. I'm gonna tell them everything. The key point I want y'all to remember: all of this started to unravel for him during the Jimmy Battle situation. There was a statement he made that Jesus was a liar. And ever since he said those words on one of his shows, his life has turned upside down. And those of you who've been around a while know what I'm talking about. He called Jesus a liar back in 2019. And ever since then, his life has been turned upside down. I sure will. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the cash apps. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that, because I'm going home next week to bury my mother, and every penny, every dime, every dollar helps. And I appreciate you all. But I'm going to release all that information. And you're going to have to explain to the people that work for these newspapers around the country why a preacher, you since deactivated your OnlyFans, but all that stuff been downloaded. You're going to have to explain why you had an OnlyFans, why you put up sex acts between male preachers for your viewing pleasure, but you're supposed to be a preacher. Why you do those things? Why you feel that it's your job to extort money from these people so that you'll let the story go. The one person that stood up to you, E. Dewey Smith, after you reneged on your hush money agreement, I'm going to release all I have to every, I did it before with the Jimmy Battle story to make it get out there. I sent a copy of my interview with him to every major news source in the United States. That's why you haven't really been hearing George Bloomer run his mouth too much. I sent a copy of that interview to every major news outlet in the country, to every editor of every major newspaper in the United States, from LA to New York, Florida, and all around: Dallas, Denver, Seattle, Portland, Chicago, Detroit, Cleveland, DC. I did that for Jimmy Battle story. That's why Bloomer went away. That's why you and your boy distanced yourself from him, because the Associated Press started knocking at his door asking questions. That's why he was on that suicide watch, and that's why he got sent out the country for a little while to get his head together. Oh, you think I didn't know about that? I did. I did. And that's what's about to happen to you, because you've lied on me for the last time. When I looked in my email and I saw a copy of that bullshit, that was it for me. And then I thought I was sitting there, I was twirling this thing. This is my daddy's dog tag. I was sitting there, I was like, because knowing when something going on in my life, I always would talk to my daddy. But I can't no more because he ain't here. But he talks to me here and here now. And he said, son, quit fighting conventional warfare. It's time to fight guerrilla warfare. That was on Friday. Then I had to go file that police report because one of your people was bothering me on Saturday. Then my mama died Sunday. Less than 30 minutes after Tatasha K episode 4 dropped, she passed away. See, a man with nothing to lose is a very dangerous man, or a woman. I ain't got nothing to lose right now. Mama gone, daddy gone. You have attacked me on every side, you and your people, for 2.5 years. It's time for me to fight now. See, I was fighting fair before. Ain't gonna be no more fair fight. You're gonna get the Taliban experience from me now. I'm talking about IEDs, like they put them bombs on the roadside. That's what y'all about to get from now on. Sneak attacks, ambushes. when you least expect it. You better tell everybody that work for you that you done paid off with your little cash apps and gifts to the island, trips to the island, cars and computer equipment. Everybody that you got over there. And you better get that bitch on the leash. If you bother, no, I ain't gonna if you bother me. You've been bothering me enough for 2.5 years. Going forward, just know I got friends that work for the Associated Press. And this is what I'm gonna do. Every news media outlet in the city of Atlanta, Georgia, and everyone in them other towns that you like to hide out in, every time you show up and I get word that you're in that town, I'm gonna have a news truck come to your front door. Channel 2, WSB in Atlanta. Channel 5, Channel 8, 11 Alive. They're going to be right there at your door. Because you thought when you moved out of that little subdivision, because you lied and told people I was out there stalking your house. That was a lie. Because you never filed a stalking order against me because I didn't stalk you. But where you live now, I'm going to have a news truck out in front of your house. You bother me. Because, see, I got fraternity brothers that work for them news channels. I got college classmates, or I got college classmates that are friends or relatives of people that work for those news outlets. And they're going to be right at your house because I'm going to give them your address and this story. And they're going to come and ask you, boom, sir, do you have anything to say? And they're going to put a mic in your face and cameras in your face. Since you want to be famous, you about to be famous. You're going to be infamous. You're going to have satellite trucks in front of your house, like CNN and all that kind of stuff. You're going to have the big folks out there. Every media outlet that I can think of going to get a copy of this stuff that you've done. And they're going to get a copy of the stuff that you did to me. And you're going to have to explain why you did, as a minister, why you did what you did and why you had the people that are around you, why you had them doing it. You're going to have to explain that. Because they're going to put their mics in your face. You started this 2 years ago. No, when I asked you in 2019, is it true that you took a bribe of $10,000? And I didn't ask you on your show. I didn't ask you in a crowd of people. I pulled you to the side in a private chat and asked you. And you said, who are you to ask me that? I said, you're right. You don't have to tell me anything. I said, I was just asking. I said, I didn't want to ask you in your chat because I didn't want to be disrespectful. So I let it go. I'd have went this way and you went that way. You still been out here doing what you do. But then you got on your show the next day and showed the screen messages. And then you tried to make it seem like you tried to drag me through the dirt. So I said, okay, then I started investigating. That's when I turned up the fact that you hadn't paid taxes on your nonprofit in over 5-6 years, and that your nonprofit had gotten its tax exempt status taken away because you failed to file proper paperwork. To this day, I have requested 3 times in writing for you to submit a Form 990, which by law, if you own a nonprofit, if anybody off the street, it could be a homeless person, if they request a copy of your 990, you must by law submit it. You have not done that with anyone. That alone gets your nonprofit status taken away from you, and you get fined and possibly imprisoned. I'm going to do the gangster move on you. No more videos, no more court motion to dismiss, and none. Because you got the wherewithal, because you got these mindless minions that bankroll your dysfunction. So they're going to keep bankrolling, giving you money. You like, oh, we're going to go to court, we're going to fight. But they're bankrolling it because most of your subscribers have a 7th grade education. They're very unintelligent. So whatever you tell them, they believe. So Daryl Moore's the bad guy. Yeah, we got to help you fight the bad guy. They give you money. You go out here, you file these frivolous lawsuits against me. So I'm one guy over here, and a whole mess of dum-dums in Bizarro world are giving you $5, $10, $12, $8.88, and all other foolishness. And they funding your foolishness while you're accused of touching little boys and not paying taxes. And you got a $20 million lawsuit over your head. So that's what's been going on. But that day is over. Because I may not be able to get in the ring with you and go to full 12 rounds, but I'm gonna kick you in the nuts and run real hard. I'm gonna kick you in your balls. Y'all click the like button. I'm gonna kick you in your balls. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get the truth out about you. Something that you fought hard tooth and nail with that mediation to keep out of the courts and out of the public eye. Just so you know, starting in this series that's coming up, and you ain't got to go tell the judge, I'm gonna send him the link before I go live so he can be at his house, and his clerk of court can watch it. Everybody in his staff gonna be able to watch it, because I'm gonna go down the line how I first encountered you, all the way up to you saying Jesus was a liar, Jimmy Battle's story, which is what kicked all this off, because in that interview, in the audio tapes, you mentioned that you had accusers and how you dealt with your accusers and how you called Shirley Caesar's church the house of the gays and all that. All of that. That's when this all kicked off. When the fact that you had accusers first came on my radar was when I listened to those audios, because Jimmy said, Daryl listened very close. I'm like, huh? Did he say what I rewound? I said, did he say what oh. And then when I played the interview of that little clip of you saying you had accusers, that's when Levantre contacted me March 25th, 2021, 3:45 p.m. He said, hey, and I read to you, and I'm going to read it again so that for those in the back. He said, ladies and gentlemen, Levantre Andrews on March 25th, 2021, 3:45 p.m. He said, what's up, King? Someone sent me one of your videos, and I just finished watching the entire 2 hours and 37 minutes. He watched everything on that video. That's right, dog. Cigar, he said you should have, he told Jimmy Battles, when Jimmy Battles talked about the sexual assault at the hands of George Bloomer, said, well, you should have bit it instead of sucking it. That's what he said to Jimmy Battles. I got that on audio. Played it. Yes, Jack, his life has been turned upside down since the day he got on his live and said Jesus was a liar. Y'all remember that? Put a 1 in the chat. Anyway, Levantre Andrews, March 25th, 2021. This is before I finished school, before my son graduated high school, before my dad passed. This was 90 days out. No, 60 days. He said, what up, King? Someone sent me one of your videos, and I just finished watching the entire 2 hours and 37 minutes. I wonder who that person was that sent it to him, because he didn't know nothing about me before March 25th. Somebody on your side of the fence that don't like your ass sent him this information. Better check who's in your inner circle, sir. Somebody over there sent him to me. That's how I got him. I didn't go find him. He was sent to me by somebody on your side. I've known these effing clowns since I was 14 years old. I want y'all to pay close attention to the year he gave. Since I was 14 years old. I severed ties in early 2016. I can shine light and bring clarity on so many things, fam. I was around. I know all about Chamaco, Kendall, Hill, Latrice, Lisa, and Jennifer Brown, all of them. Let's talk tomorrow. I called him that day. Didn't even wait till tomorrow. You know what he sent me? He sent me a copy of the text messages that Tasha K played on her show yesterday. You didn't know anything about me, just a conversation to Janine until Jive talked to me. Oh, just sit tight, though. You're going to learn a lot about me in the Jive's connection, too, because just a conversation to Janine, the third accuser that accuses Larry of giving him HIV, that's Jive's God, brother. Jive knew about the situation 2 years. So I found out about it in 2021. Jive knew about it back in 2019 and didn't say nothing, because the God brother went to him first. Jive got mad at me because God brother didn't trust him and came to me after Levantre and him and all of them talked. the second accused. Y'all sit tight. They're gonna get good for you in the next couple in the series that I'm on. Surviving, not R. Kelly, surviving the breadbasket. Surviving the breadbasket deli. Or whatever name I come up with. So anyway, that was sent to me on that day. I got those text messages. Mind you, he said in this text message now, and I'm going to put it up in the miniseries, date and time, so you'll know I'm not lying. He said he severed ties with them in 2016, which means he was 16 years old because, as they've quickly said, he was born in 1990. So early 2016, he was 15 going on 16. He hadn't even turned 16 because his birthday's in October. So he was 15 when he cut ties with them. So that debunks the lie that they tell her, oh, he was 17, 18, because they keep trying to push that narrative because in North Carolina, the age of consent is 17. You got it. Stick a pin right there. So he said he severed ties with them in 2016. The text message on Facebook, the dialogue between Levantre and you know who, that was 2017. So he wasn't even 18 years old yet because he didn't turn 18 until later on. And that's when he got married, because once he turned 18, he got married. So that text message that Tasha K played, that I had a copy of and played 2 years ago, that was 2017. This story didn't break by me until 2021. So that was 4 years later. In 2017, that was the dialogue or the back and forth where they were talking. That was 2017. He severed ties with the church in 2016. 2016, I'm sorry. So now, when all this stuff was happening, so he was born in 1990, 2006, 2007, that's when he was the young underage fellow. And that's when he was living in that house. And when I show you the title to that house, who built the house, who owned the house, and it says Lisa Dunn, because that's his ex-wife. Lisa Dunn was the one that built the house because he didn't have no credit. He couldn't get anything in his name because he had multiple bankruptcies. That house was built and it was in her name. She was the original owner of that house. And I'm going to show you the lineage from the time they sold it to who's owning it up until this day, who owns that property where he says some of his molestation took place. Bingo, Kim. You're right. Y'all can stick with me. But this text message, when he said he severed ties in 2016, the Facebook inbox messages were from 2017, the one that Tasha K showed, that I showed 2 years ago. Now, in 2018, which is 5 years ago, that's when the police report got filed in Raleigh, North Carolina. In Raleigh, North Carolina. So 2016, you sever ties with them once and for all. 2017, you get this Facebook message. 2018, filed a police report in Raleigh, North Carolina. Around 2018-ish, 2019, you get a big story about Andrea Garrison, and that's how your name got popular, because you exposed that whole situation. But it gets better. Y'all sit tight. Now, that whole Daryl Moore doctored the police report. Oh, it don't say no names on it. When a victim of a sex crime is a minor, they do not list the name of the victim on the document. In order to see the full document with the name of the accused and the victim, you have to get a court order. Now that one I posted, with the this right here, if I haven't taken it down, let me see. I don't think I did, but just in case I would, don't worry about it, because it's going to be back up real soon. So you'll be able to look at it. Yeah, no, I took it down for now. Just stay of execution for now. But it's going to come back up. Don't you worry. Don't you cry. I want you, I'm going to put this real close. The detective, that case is closing. The FBI got the copy of the records for Don. No, the FBI is not going to investigate a sex crime on the state level. They only investigate matters of national security. Stop lying. Can y'all see that? I hope it's not too blurry. Can you see that? You see that? It says Detective K.T. Hubbard, Raleigh Police Department. got his address, office phone number, cell number, and fax number. Right there. Juvenile unit, because the victim was a juvenile. The victim was a juvenile. Detective K.T. Hubbard. Remember I said Detective Hubbard? Raleigh Police Department, Juvenile Unit, 5226 Greens Dairy Road, Raleigh, North Carolina, 27616. Office number 919-996-1646. Got his cell phone number and his fax number. I got all this information because he sent it to me. When I got a copy of that thing that, with the sexual assault, open investigation, I got that from him. That never got to be entered into court. They said I doctored the document. I got an official copy of it with a red stamp on it. And I showed it on social media. And they still said I was lying, said I photoshopped it. I had an official copy and the contact information from the person that gave it to me, who's investigating the very crime that we're talking about. But I'm the liar. I got the cops. Now, why would I do all that if I'm lying? Why? That's a crime for me to lie about something like that. I could go to jail if I'm lying. I come out here and say, well, Officer so-and-so is investigating this situation. And then I'm lying. They come arrest me. I gave you the officer's name, his address, his office number, his cell phone number, and fax number. And I had an official copy of the police report with the stamp of the Raleigh Police Department on it. The address where the crime took place. They didn't name the accused or the accuser because the accuser was a minor at the time when the crime is committed. Even though when he filed a police report, he was an adult. But when the crime happened, he was a minor. So instead of it being handled in the adult court, it went to the juvenile court. That's why he keeps pushing that 17. Oh, he was 17. Yeah, I may have said some inappropriate things with him because he's trying to get it, soften the blow. You do anything with a minor, it's a felony. No statute of limitations. But you should know your case law before you go out here. Windmill. Since you messing with me, I'm going to put that detective's information in the hands of every media outlet in the city of Atlanta. I'm going to put that police report and his contact information in the hands of every media outlet in your city. I'm going to also put all the copies of the audio information. Fact that you ain't paid no taxes. The PPP information. You claim you never got a PPP loan, and I've provided date that the money got deposited, time the money got deposited, when that money was deposited from that bank and transferred to another bank. And that I even had the dollar amount, $79,700. And then when you realize that I was telling you couldn't lie your way out of it, well, I got the money, but I gave it back. And then the person that told me about it, who works for the people that were distributing the PPP loans out, explained to me that money was never returned. And that's when I got sued because I was bad for your business. I didn't get sued because of those accusers. You knew about those accusers for almost 10 years. You just never figured that none of them would come forward. You knew about your accusers when you were still in North Carolina. Tell the people the truth. Why did you leave North Carolina? Because of those accusers. In your interviews the last couple of days, you was like, well, yeah, my adjutant or whatever you call your armor bearer or whatever. Oh, the short guy, y'all, Marco, you know who I'm talking about. Yeah. Okay, let's talk about that adjutant that followed you everywhere. And then you went to your church to pray because you had this vision that people were going to come out against you with false allegations. And you say you went to your church at 2 a.m. with this adjutant, the short one, Marco, you know who I'm talking about. You know who that adjutant is, ladies and gentlemen? That is the stepfather of the second accuser. The one you heard him talk about, where one of the people, I didn't leak the audio, but my stuff got hacked and it got leaked when he said, well, he used to sleep with this guy, but he stopped sleeping with him because he got old and his ass started sagging. He don't like sagging asses. That's what we're talking about. That little guy right there, stepdaddy of accuser number 2. That's what we're talking about. And I'm going to name names because you're going to leave me alone. You're going to take this L. You have tormented these people enough. You've lied on people enough. You've abused your authority and your power and your influence, and you brainwashed. You're a cult leader, and I'm going to get you. Not because of what you did, but because of what you tried to do to me and my family. And I have a right to fight. Yes, sir. You can come out here, do all the damage control you want. You can have Puss in Boots out here at the same time as me. But guess what? These next 4 series I'm going to drop, everybody going to know about you. Because I'm going to send a link to this to every news outlet in the city of Atlanta. The newspapers, magazines, television. All the news outlets. And the producers of Kingdom Business. Every executive producer. Kirk Franklin is one of the executive producers. Devin Franklin, ladies and gentlemen, executive producer, who is Megan Good's ex-husband, is executive producer. I'm going to ask him, because he's a minister. He's a 7-day Adventist minister. He don't work on Saturday. Sundown Friday, all day Saturday, he don't work. And he was the number 2 man at Sony Pictures. No movie got made by Sony unless he gave the thumbs up. Black man. And I'm going to ask him, I said, Reverend, you're an executive producer of a faith-based show, and you have somebody on your cast that's doing all of this. Why are they still on your cast? I'm a viewer, and I don't feel I should be watching a show that you're putting out that has someone like this on. Yeah, Kelly. He'll mess with stepdaddy and the accuser, number 2. You're trying to go through the whole family, everybody but the woman. Everybody that got a news truck in Atlanta gonna get this. And you're gonna talk to them. Since you want to lie on me and file these frivolous motions and all that, trying to drag me in and out of court every time you get in your feelings because Tasha K talking about you, you won't sue Tasha K. But you come after what you consider the low-hanging fruit. But I'm a low-hanging fruit, but I'm a goddamn pineapple, and I'm gonna hit you in the head. Because that lady in North Carolina told me, that's the preacher. You know her. You know what I'm talking about. She said, young man, as long as you tell the truth will be your shield. And you know, when you put your wife out and your wife had to go stay with them and her daughter can't stand you. That's what I'm talking about. So you know who I'm talking about. That's her. She said, as long as you tell the truth, young man, it'll be your shield. And I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going to tell the truth. I'm like, hey, this is what I uncovered. You know, your investigating team and your reach is far greater than mine. Here you go. He live over here. Here's his address. Go over there and ask him. He got a gate in front of his house, so you just stand in front of the gate till he come outside, because you got to come outside sooner or later, because you got to go to the store. You got to go get you something to eat. You got to go do something. You can't stay in your house all day. So when you come out that gate, the news truck going to be right there waiting on you. Yeah, Fab 540, that's the lie he telling. Why would a woman that has 1.3 million subscribers need anything from somebody with barely 150,000 subscribers? It would seem that person would need the 1.3 million person to help them. Just, you know, make it make sense. Oh, tell you, it's going to happen because I'm tired. You have my word on that. And everybody over here, I know you fairly new, but everybody know if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. It's no more talking. There's no more mediations. There's no more trying to play things fair, do things by the book. You go low, I'm going to go lower. At this point, I ain't got nothing to lose because you're not going to stop lying. And you're not going to stop harassing me. You're not going to stop your people. So I'm going to have to fight fire with fire. All of Atlanta, every time you come outside, you're going to come to buy you ice cream cone. People are going to be looking at you. They're going to be pointing at you. Everybody going to know who you are since you want to be famous. All the executive producers, so that you know. Hold on. So that you know I ain't playing with you. I am so serious, sir. I am so serious. When I tell you that I am not joking about this, I am not joking about this. I am not joking about this, sir. Mm-mm. I am not joking. Let us begin. I'm gonna take myself off the screen, and I want you to see. You see that right there? You see those companies? You see those companies? Those are the production companies. The main ones at the top: DAE Light Media, 311 North Robinson Boulevard, Beverly Hills, California. BET Plus, For Your Soul Entertainment, Franklin Entertainment. Franklin Entertainment, that's Devin Franklin. As you can look to the right, that's Megan Good's ex-husband. For Your Soul Entertainment, that's Kirk Franklin Production Company. Inspired Entertainment out of Los Angeles. Relieve Entertainment out of Beverly Hills. Universal TV Production Company. Distribution company is BET and NBC USA, Burbank, California. I am going to contact every last one of them. And I am going to make sure that they have all of this information. Every last one of them. I'm going to hit Kirk Franklin up on Instagram, Twitter, every social media outlet. I'm going to hit Devin Franklin up on every social media outlet. And I'm going to make sure those production companies get a copy of that news article that talks about the molestation allegations and the $20 million lawsuit. And I'm going to supply them with everything that I've gained, audio, because you won't stop lying on me. You won't stop your people from lying on me. You won't stop harassing me. You won't stop your people from harassing me. Playtime is now over. Playtime is over. Playtime is over for you. I'm not doing it anymore. Those people are going to get contacted. Oh, I'm going to have this all everywhere. Everybody that wants to feel led by the Spirit, that wants to ask the question that I'm going to ask, why is this person a member of this cast? A person with a $20 million defamation of character and slander lawsuit and allegations of child molestation, sexual assault against minor boys. Why are they in your cast? Why are they on your payroll in your faith-based program? Please explain that to us. We are your viewership, sir, ma'am. Why? Why should we continue to tune in? It's our right as viewers. Just like you over here watching me. Daryl, this is the allegation. Do you care to make a comment? No? Or yes, I didn't do it. Next. It's your right. It is your right to talk about it. It's your right to talk about it. It is your right to talk about it. Enough is enough. Thank you for the cash app. I appreciate it. God knows I do. because when I go to the funeral, my son that's in school in Florida, that'll lighten my load getting him home so he can say goodbye to his grandmother. But yeah, everybody, please click like and share on this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. What is the end game of all this? Because to interview didn't hit on nothing. What do you mean, Superwoman 27? What didn't hit on nothing? What are you talking about? What are you waiting to see that you didn't see? The young man had the courage to come forward and talk about what happened to him, and he produced the messages between him and the accused. What else do you need other than a videotape of them in the act? What else are you waiting on? The end game is for him to tell the truth and be held accountable. That's the end game. That's always been the end game. Everybody I've talked to, that's all they want. One, he owes them an apology. Two, he needs to be held accountable for his actions. So what else would you expect? Accountability. And whatever that means, I don't know if it's in the courts or in the jail. That's not my play. I wasn't a victim of anything other than being lied on court documents. So I don't know what to tell you, but I do know this. You've lied on me for the last time. You lied on me for the last time. I will not play by the rules anymore. You attack me. If you hit me in the jaw, I'm gonna hit you in the jaw, both jaws, and knee you in the nuts. News camera's gonna be at your front gate. You ain't gonna know when, you ain't gonna know how. But every time you come out them gates, you're gonna have to explain the accusations that are made against you. You're gonna have to explain the $20 million lawsuit. You're gonna have to explain why there's a fake murder plot against me, created by people that work for you. You're going to have to explain why you're a preacher and your PR person, your right hand, is an openly gay man. You're going to have to explain that to the gospel community, to the apostolic church, the Kojic church, the people that you try to get inroads to. You have to explain to them why your right hand is this guy right here. Oh no, that meltdown wasn't a race. I just ain't put it back up. But episodes of the miniseries, it will be played. Don't you go nowhere. I got that. I just got to do some work. But your right hand man is a flaming hot Cheeto. And you're going to have to explain to the church community why that guy right there is your right hand man. An openly gay, flaming gay man that you got on your payroll because you bought him 2 cars and some computer equipment. And he brags about the fact that you gave it to him. Got the audio to prove it. This guy right here called my job. He works for you to lie and say that I had threatened to kill somebody, meaning you, when I was working for the court system. He broke the law when he did that. That's what caused me to go get the civil stalking protection order against him. That is the guy that's your right-hand man right there, who's online right now, windmilling and lying for you. And he's a hurt and jilted lover because you went and did a show on another person's platform. Then you turned around and sent one of them to the islands on a trip. And the other one, you gave some cash and they ain't took their trip yet. Oh, deal what they gonna do. Bought friends are not real friends. I'm going to say that again. Bought friends are not real friends. But this is the person that you got out here windmilling for. And look at what he said about himself. But you're supposed to be a preacher, but you got a false prophet out here that practices witchcraft, that said a prophet is not honored amongst his own. John 4:44. That's what he said. And look at how he's dressed. He has on a skirt that's see-through, stockings, and a boot, and a blouse. Hmm? Yeah. A prophet is not honored amongst his own. What he is, false prophet. That's him. That's your right hand. That's your right hand. Yes, King Kenny 28. Yes, it is. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So since you won't stop lying, I don't feel obligated to play by the rules no more. Because I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't. At least if I'm gonna go down this time, I'm gonna go down swinging. And if you might win, but I ain't gonna be no easy win. And you're gonna get this work. You're gonna get this work this time. I promise you that. You're gonna get all this work. Because Channel 2, WSB, Fox 5 Atlanta, Channel 8, and 11 Alive, and 46, and Channel 46. Almost forgot. It's been a while since I lived in Atlanta. Atlanta got a lot of TV stations. Yeah. I'm going to just slide it over there to the editors, the producers. I'm like, hey, got this big time TV star / preacher / online personality that's accused of this. Got a $20 million lawsuit over their head. Might want to go and run a story about it. Find out what's going on. Here's a little something to get you started. Reach out to this person named Tasha K. You know Tasha K. Talk to her too. She can fill you in on some things too. You ain't gonna sue him. You ain't gonna sue her. You ain't gonna sue Levante. Levante pointed the finger and said, you did this. You did this. I never accused you of anything. I never said you did anything. I said you were accused. Because I don't know whether you did or didn't do something because I wasn't there. But the person that was there said that you did it. They didn't say Chamaco did anything. They didn't say Buddha, Kendall, Lisa, Latrice, nobody else in that house. They said you were the one. They identified you by name. They said you were the one who did A, B, C, D. Yeah. But you got your right-hand man, a person that was arrested for prostitution. I hear windmilling for you right now while I'm talking, trying to keep his people from coming over here. But they still getting over here. Even if they don't watch me live, they still come back later on and watch. And then they wait it too. Now, there's some people that I could tell them the sky is blue on a sunny day. They're not going to believe it because it's coming from me. They don't like me. But neither here nor there. But for the ones that are like, well, I don't know. This Daryl Moore guy, they talk about him like a dog, but let me go in and check him out. Then they get over here and like, well, darn, what he's saying making a lot of sense. They're just doing a lot of hollering and screaming over there and deflecting. Okay, Daryl Moore just put up a screenshot. Daryl Moore just played the audio. Daryl Moore just produced a police record, a court document. I'm going to believe Daryl Moore. You lying. That receipt, y'all click like, please, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. I appreciate it. That receipt that Tasha K played yesterday, I put it up on the internet 2 years ago. The same one. The one that he later, him and Conscious TV cut up and released it, make it try to appear that Levante was running up behind him. No, I got the uncut version. And you could tell mine's uncut because it was a screenshot of a rolling conversation. It was a screenshot of an uncut conversation. Yes, it was. It was a screenshot. And it was 1 minute and 45 seconds long. You see, watch. Just watch while I'm talking. Just start counting. It's playing. So watch what happens. This was sent to me by Levantre, March of 2021. See how it's rolling? And you see how his picture of the person that's accused pops up top? It's rolling. So you know I didn't cut and paste nothing. This is actually what was sent to me, and this is what Tasha K was looking at. It's scrolling. It's a video of an actual conversation that was recorded between the accused and Levantre Andrews, the accuser. So I keep scrolling. I got to turn it because a phone number of the accused is on here, and I can't have that on there because that'd be doxing. So you can see it's still scrolling up a little bit. Yep, see how it's rolling up on there? Over there, just rolling up. So you know, as I'm talking, I'm not telling a lie. It's scrolling up. It's a 1 minute and 45 second screenshot. And it was so long, I got it in two versions. See, that's the second one automatically pop up and play right after the first one go. See, there you go. See how it's roll. It said, I admit that after the vision should have reached out, but because you didn't reach out, well, I ain't gonna read it over again because Tasha K read it live for you. But it's 1 minute and 45 seconds. Got his picture, right about, so you know it's him. They said, when you get time, let's meet up to talk. I stay near Lenox Mall. Yes, he does. Still does. Here's my cell phone, my private cell. And this is not a one day. This is like over a series of days and months because the accuser ignored him. And he knew that the gig was about, the lid was about to be blown off the top. So he had to go on and try to keep this on the wraps. Yeah. And I quote, let me read. Let me read the key part. It said the last 18 months, this is Levantre, have taught me a lot about my relationship with myself and every other relationship in my life. I've had to swallow some really hard truths. One of them is the fact that for the past 7 years, I have assisted in helping you believe that you did not molest me as a teenager. You have probably already internalized this on some level, but never enough to apologize. So I did the work for you. I don't need it though. He specifically said the word molestation. He didn't say pee-pee touch. He didn't say touched. He didn't say assaulted. He said molested. And he's addressing it to you in that scrolling text that I got, that I've had for 2 years. Tasha K played it on her show yesterday. I had it for 2 years. I played it 2 years ago. Nobody really paid attention then because I ain't got no big following like she do. But now she's played it. And since yesterday, other content creators with 100, 200, 300,000 subscribers, they've also played it. So that's about 3 million people that already seen what you said that I released 2 years ago. I guess I ain't so insignificant now, am I? You said that. You said that. You said that if Shamako had a vagina, you would marry him. You said that. You said that if I understand, and all that's gonna get played in context, and we're gonna dissect this thing. We're gonna rightly divide the word. And I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm gonna use your words And Judge Wynn is going to hear you talking, not me saying, oh, this is what he said. This Judge Gwen is going to hear you talking. All the news outlets in Atlanta, they're going to hear you talking. All those producers on that show that you on, they're going to hear you talking. The poop off the peen, they're going to hear you talking, Reb. All those producers of that faith-based show, all those news outlets in Atlanta, Judge Gwen, who you keep filing these frivolous motions in his court lying on me, they going to hear you talk. You're going to have the mic and you're going to be front and center. You want to be popular, you're going to be popular. There will be no more lying on Daryl Moore, the Cigar vlogger. You're going to leave me the hell alone. You're going to go the hell away. You're going to get held accountable for what you are accused of doing to 3 people. Yep. Y'all bless the cash out. He ain't mentally ill. He's just evil. Yeah, he wanted to meet up with Levante at Lenox Mall to see if he could, make it go away. That wasn't what Levante wanted. He wanted his voice heard. He wanted an apology. Had you probably apologized and admit what you did, he may have just walked away because he had started the healing process. He had gotten into therapy, good therapy program. He was doing the work to get better, married, moved on with his life. But no, you tried to sprinkle you the money or your influence and bully. But I got news for you. I stopped by to tell you. You pushed me too far. Just like you did Lamore Whitehead. He took you out in the street. I'm going to take you to the hood. I'm going to take you to the part of Atlanta that I rode around in when I lived in Atlanta. I'm going to take you to the SWATs. I'm going to take you to Southwest Atlanta. Y'all call it Metropolitan Avenue now. Back in my day, it was Stewart Avenue. Metropolitan Parkway. My bad. It used to be called Stewart Avenue in my day. When the host road was out there and the strip clubs were popping. And every hustler that you can imagine was out there, wanted to be seen, and see what was going on. That's what I'm gonna take you to, that type of environment. You can't, your money don't work over there because you'll get snatched up. I'm gonna give you that experience. That's right, JLC 87, Stewart Avenue that connects with Cleveland Avenue. And on the other end is Pryor. That leads you down to the West End. Yeah. I'm going to take him down there. I'm going to give him that kind of experience. Cleveland Avenue, Stewart Avenue, Pryor, West End, Ashby. Oh, yeah. Shout out to Sean Davey Way. He gives an excellent breakdown of all of this, the audio. Go over there. All about the trees. Check her out. Trying to think who else. Those two I know for a fact because I watch them religiously. Very good commentary. Sean Davey Way. Official King Payne. Yeah. Very good breakdown. That's right. Lee Street. All up in there. Yeah. That's right. Oh, that was my stomping ground. Southwest Atlanta. Sylvan Road. Sylvan Road. Yeah. He don't know about that because he ain't never had his knuckles scratched up. He ain't never got his nose bloody, his lip bloody, eye black. He ain't never had that Southwest Atlanta experience. But he about to get it. Everything that I learned on them streets. And for people that in Atlanta, all you got to do is say one name. Say, Daryl Used to roll with a guy named Cadillac Jack. Ask him about Cadillac Jack and Sir Captain. Did I tell you who I used to roll with? Cadillac Jack and Sir Captain. Two Atlanta legends, baby. Ask about them. Used to hang out with him on Stewart Avenue. Mike Childs. Mm-hmm. East Point, Hateville. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Tri-C area. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I used to work at Club Nicky's, the original. And I ended up working at all four at some point, but I worked at the original first. I was a doorman. Saw everything. Everything you can imagine on that street. 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Clubs let out. Only thing open is Waffle House and IHOP. In the after hour spot that was up the hill and to the left on Cleveland Avenue. Crystal Palace. Go in there at 3 o'clock. You come out at 12:30, 1 o'clock in the afternoon on a Sunday. You go in, it could be dark. You come out, the sun up in the middle of the day on Sunday. All the after, that was the after hour spot. They didn't open until 3 in the morning on a Sunday. They catered to the street people. Yeah, and you eat over at the beautiful JJ Smokehouse. Bankhead Seafood. What's up? How you doing? Betty, inbox me and I'll give you that information. I agree, Toya. I know I'm going to contact the production team of that show and be like, hey, here's something you need to look at. Let them to make their own mind up if they want to keep rocking with somebody that's going to bring bad attention to their show. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. You ain't lying, Paula. None that I've heard that's credible. But anyway, yeah, I was going to talk yesterday, but like I said, when my mother passed away yesterday, I just did not have the energy or the desire to be online. And oh, my email address is, let me put it on here. I thought I had it up here one time. That's a good thing. Glad somebody said that. Hold on. I'll just create a little banner and I'll put it up. Here's my email address. And, yep. And it's going to scroll across the bottom. Uh-oh. Got to edit it. I forgot to put the .com on the end. .com. Boop. There we go. There we go. Here's my email, ladies and gentlemen. Feel free to email me. Yeah, but yeah, thank you, Miss Moore, Darnella. Yeah, my mother passed away yesterday about 1:30. And yeah, I'm taking it one day at a time. I wrote her obituary. I started on it last night. I finished it today, sent it over to the funeral home. We made the final arrangements. My mother's funeral is next Wednesday. Yeah, she's going to be buried in the military cemetery with my dad. She was the wife of a veteran, so she gets to be buried with her husband. Yep. 86 years old. My dad was 87. They were married 64 and a half years. The only thing that separated them for these last 2 years is death. But now that death can't separate them no more. They're together forever. God is good. She died peacefully with my brother caring for her, feeding her. When she took her last breath, she just laid her head down, and that was it. And she went to be with her God. So, yeah, I've been here. How long I thought. Yeah, it's been 2 years. I had this on my phone, and I put it up on the screen back in March or April of 2021, but nobody really was paying attention. Oh, it's Photoshop. But when Tasha K put it out, and people started listening, and then it spread because other larger content creators started replaying it yesterday and today. So about 2-3 million people have seen that back and forth dialogue between Levante and. But I put it out 2 years ago. Nobody really paid no attention. Insignificant vlog. They tried to paint me as this stalker, this insane, mentally ill, violent person. So they tried to discredit me. But I had the truth. And as my brother, the respective angle said, I had the truth. I had it on my phone. I had a copy of the police report from Raleigh, North Carolina. I have not only that, but I also had the contact information for that police officer because he sent it to me. I had his address, his fax number, his cell number, and his office number. The juvenile unit, Detective K.T. Hubbard, Raleigh Police Department. I've had that for over 2 years, along with the police report, along with that back and forth dialogue between Levante and the person he accused. So I wasn't lying. It just took the rest of the world 2 years to catch up to the fact that I was telling the truth. I've been vindicated. I've been vindicated. It took me 2 years, but I've been vindicated. So everybody knows I'm not lying now. I agree, Holly. Holiday CD. I agree. I've been vindicated. But it don't stop there because you won't sue the interviewer with a larger platform and the legal and financial means to fight you. You won't sue her. You sue me because you figure if you shut me down or make me back down, everybody else will get scared. But what happened, it had the flip effect of what you was expecting. You were expecting to attack me and make it go away. But you picked a fight with Lamar Whitehead, and he took my story. And then Tasha K grabbed it. Wildfire. So now, and then when she took the story, so other people want to take a bite of the apple. So now you got content creators. They don't have a couple of thousand like I do. They got a couple of 100,000, 100, 200, 300,000. And they got their own websites. So you trying to balance it out. So you went over and hired you some hired guns and offered up trips and cash and other stuff. But Tasha K got 1.3 million on YouTube, plus whatever else she got on Twitter and Instagram and her own personal website. So she rocking about 2 million, 2.5. And then you got these other people. They got 100, 200, 300,000. So you went out and tried to find you some people with 100, 200, 300,000, slide them some money, go do a damage control tour of your own. But yeah, you reaching 200,000, 300,000 people on these people platform, but they reaching millions. You stuck, and your money can't get you out of this one, Chip. You got boo boo on, you got poop on your peen, and it's all over your face. The truth. Tell the truth. Too late, y'all, because you picked a fight. I haven't even responded to this last one. I have 30 days to do it, and I'm going to take them 30 days. But in the meantime, I'm going to kick you in your nuts as hard as I can. Everybody, and I repeat, everybody in Atlanta, every producer of every news show in Atlanta going to get a copy of this stuff. Those court documents that you were served for $20 million, they're going to get that. They're going to get a copy of Tasha K's interviews. They're going to get a copy of my stuff. And I'm going to let them sit there and like, look, the evidence is right here. Look at it. Ask this man. Go. Here's his address. Go to his house and talk to him. You ain't running no more. You can't run. You can't hide. Exactly, Kim. That is why. That is why. And even he don't believe you. You just paid him. You met a price that he gave you a price and you met it. Whatever it is, we don't know, but you met the price. But what's going to happen? Because this thing has gotten worse and worse and worse. Even these people like this. Oh, I want to read something to you. I want to read something to you before I let y'all go. I knew it was something I meant to read. There's a lady that's been out here dragging me. I don't plan to. You're right. You're right. You're right. But I just want to read this and then I'm going to get out of here. This is a lady by the name of, let me see. Hold on. Make sure I get the right name because I don't like to tell people name wrong. Hold on. Bear with me. Nosy Bystander. There's some TikTok videos about me. As of late. Here it is. What's this? February? Did these negative TikTok videos, cast me in a bad light. I got a text message, middle of the night. Early in the morning. It was Sunday, October 9th at 10:13 a.m. from a 630 area code. Hello, I was wondering if I could speak to you about the you-know-who story you did a few years back. I said, not on social media. Can't talk about it. She said, well, in private. I said, I need to make sure this conversation stays private if that's okay with you. I said, sure. I watched the Bishop Whitehead's live stream with the audio recordings from the interviews you conducted with the alleged victims. How have they always remained anonymous? Would I be able to find them and interview them, or are they no longer willing to talk? This person go by the screen now, YouTube channel named Nosy Bystander. I said, yes, I always kept their identity anonymous. I never revealed their identities, which I didn't. Oh, she said, okay, do you think it's possible to give me a lead on how to find them? One of the victims was very compelling. He discussed the layout of you-know-who's home, and I don't think someone who offered that much detail is lying. Now, mind you, this was said to me October of last year. I don't think they're lying. But now, fast forward to January of this year, now all of a sudden she thinks I'm lying because she said so in her video. Right. That's what she said. Now, first, in this text message to me on a Sunday morning in October of last year, she said, I don't think someone who offered that much detail is lying. She believed the accuser in October. But when she had a come to Jesus moment. Now here, fast forward January, she does a TikTok video about me and says she says negative, untrue things about me. Now, what changed? I'll tell you what changed. Somebody, nosy bystander said I was lying. A whole lot of these changes things. She said, so that you know, she said, my name is Stephanie. I'm sorry, I don't think I said that earlier. I stated online that I would investigate the case, and the next day, when she said on her show that she was about to investigate, pay attention to this. You know who texts me, which makes me feel he doesn't want me to dig into it. And she leaves me her email address. And she said, thanks, Daryl. She said, by the way, I have one additional question. If you were the one who had access to these witnesses and never revealed them, how was Bishop Whitehead and Tasha K about to interview them? That was a question to me in October. And I said, the person that contacted you and CTV put their names out there. She said, when? I said, last year. How many names did they release? My response, all 3. Thank you. End of chat. End of text. That was it. Now, from October, where she was believing the accuser, to January, where I was lying, I didn't know what I was talking about, blah, 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 blah. What changed? But in the upcoming episodes, you'll kind of get a clue. Yeah. So in January, you believe the person that I interviewed. But comes January, October, you believe the victim in their story. But January, let's see, November, December, less than 60 to 90 days later, I'm lying. You don't believe them. The person that was accused is now a friend of your channel. Ain't no new evidence changed her mind. New money changed her mind, just like it changed a lot of people's minds. They got a lot of these thrown at them. And computers, and cars, and trips, or information that they didn't want to get put out in the public spaces was held over their head and they got blackmailed. That's what happened. That's what happened. A whole bunch of that got thrown around. That's what happened. Don't matter now, because your money can't make this go away. Your money can't make this go away. You're going to tell the story unbiased. Be like Sean Davy Way. When he tells the story, he like, whatever the facts reveal, it is what it is. Good, bad, or ugly. And on that note, I'm up out of here because I'm going to go get some sleep because I have not rested since I found out my mother passed away yesterday. I was going to do the show yesterday, but I just didn't have the energy to do it. But now I do. Because when I laid down and I thought about it over the weekend, I had to go file a police report. I said, these jokers ain't going to leave me alone. So I just got to get ruthless. I got to get Southwest Atlanta ruthless on their ass. Okay. I just got to get old Southside Atlanta ruthless like I used to be. Leaning out that box Chevy. with the rattle in the trunk, sitting on them Daytons. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, my mama's in a better place, y'all. I'm gonna be all right. It's gonna, I'm gonna have my good days. I'm gonna have my bad days. I may cry when I'm driving down the street or walking through the house or whatever. But I got my family. I got friends. I got a good therapist. I got dog liquor and cigars. When I go home from my mother's funeral, I'm bringing her dog back, a little Chihuahua named Amy. So I'm gonna have a little puppy on the show again. Little Chihuahua named Amy, a little black and white and gold colored Chihuahua named Amy. She a fat little Chihuahua, so she's gonna be real big, sitting up on my shoulder. She don't bark, she don't make much noise, she real quiet. But yeah, that's my email. You wanna hit me up because the production team information. And but main thing is we're gonna keep the main thing in all of this. Justice for Levontre Andrews and the accusers. That is the main thing. Don't be distracted and deflect all the other stuff. Justice for Levontre Andrews and the other two accusers and the other ones that are probably going to come out, because there's some over in the UK. This thing ain't just a local thing. It's a global thing. More people are going to come out, and more people are going to want to talk to Tasha K. Because she has, whether you like Tasha K or not, people listen to her. People listen to her. They didn't pay me no attention because, I got a little bitty old corner over here, like this little dot right here. But see, the rest of this thing over here, see how that light changed when I did that? That's what happened. See, I was over here in a little corner. But when the light, poof, when Tasha K put the light on that situation, you ain't going to sue her because you're scared. Because she got a reach that I don't have. She got a reach that I don't have. She has influence that I don't have. But I got a cigar to smoke. And I don't know if I showed y'all this. This was my daddy's. I brought it home and cleaned it up. And it works. This thing is a crystal cigar lighter. And it's older than me. So it's about 60 years old or better. Parents bought that when they were in Germany. So, yeah, when I go home, I'm going to bring some stuff back from my mother's room, keep it. And some of her plants. Because I'm going to go down for the funeral, and I'm going to go back in another week after that. I'm going to go by myself because I'll be on my winter break, and I'm going to bring stuff back. And this room that I was in, actually, she was supposed to come live with me before she had her stroke in November. So this was going to be her room. And I've been doing my shows in here until she was supposed to come when she had the stroke. I was hoping that she would get better and I could still move her here, but she passed away. So I'm going to decorate this room with her things. And I'm going to make a little production room out of this. You can't see the rest of the room because I got camera equipment and junk everywhere. But I'm just going to clean this room out and put her stuff up on the walls and plants. I'm going to decorate it. And, well, yeah, I'm going to be all right. And I thank y'all for all y'all prayers and words of encouragement, texts, inboxes, emails, Cash Apps, PayPal, Venmo, everything y'all been sending me, man. I appreciate it. Zeal. I appreciate it. Because every little bit helps, Getting on that road, driving 881 miles to your mama's house to lay her to rest. Then you got to get your son from Florida up there for the funeral. Every little bit helps. Shoot. If people can donate $12 and $8.88, hear somebody lie, I know they can give me some money, and I'm trying to do the right thing. But Oh, Betty, you keep putting my email in here wrong. I'm gonna put it up so they get right in here. Hold on. Delete those spaces. That's my email right there. Hit me up. But y'all be good. And I ain't gonna tell you when. Sometime between Wednesday and Thursday, I'm gonna start this series. To give you the backstory, because a lot of y'all, this is a refresher course, but for those of you that are new over here, you're gonna get how we got to here with names and audio clips. I can't do it all in one show, but you're gonna get the foundation. And it's gonna be for free. It's gonna be for free. Because I don't have much in this world, but the one thing I do have, I have my name and my reputation, and nobody will tarnish that but me. I thank Tasha K for finally letting the rest of the world know that I was not a liar and that I wasn't out here lying on nobody. I was knocking at the door. She kicked it off the hinge. Daryl Moore is not lying. Daryl Moore is not a liar, and she proved that in her 4 episodes. She proved that I wasn't lying, and I thank her for that. And all the other content creators, I thank them. They proved I ain't a liar. Official King Payne, Sean Davey Way. Did I say that right? Sean Davey Way Show. Official King Payne, Sean Davey Way. All about the trees. Everybody else that's been doing this stuff. I'm gonna eventually get around to saying your name. I've been watching, but you proved that I wasn't a liar, and I appreciate that. Day 1, part 1, episode 1. 3, maybe 4. I don't know. Father, Son, Holy God. I'm gonna have a divine numerology intervention and release. I might even say for $3.33, 333, Father, Son, Holy Ghost. No, let me stop. I ain't gonna do that. But if you feel led by the Spirit to give $3.33, $33.33, $333.33, $3,333.33. Who am I? Yeah, T. Davis. I'm gonna turn this room, take this down and move it over a little bit because I'm gonna have my mama's plants behind me, and I'm gonna spruce it up real good. It's gonna be my little pace, picture of my father, my mother in here. Yeah, but y'all be good. I'm gonna go lay down. It's 2 hours now. I didn't know I was gonna be on that long. My plan was 30 minutes. Go talk to my kids and see how they feeling. Cause it's not just me that lost my mother. They lost their grandmother. So keep us in prayer. We're going to be all right because we're going to lean on each other and we're going to get through it together. Love y'all. Good night. I'm going to get them niggas.
You're going to cry in the car. You're going to cry in the car. You're going to cry in the car.